A very good afternoon, I bid to each and every one of you at home or wherever it is that you are. Welcome back to another session of Hot Issue. ACTnow Hot Issue, what's for lunch? Mio Adlan here, accompanying you on this glorious Thursday. And of course, let me just start by wishing each and every one of you happy Deepavali. Okay, happy Deepavali to all who are celebrating the day today, the Festival of Lights. Yesterday already the fireworks were already happening around my housing area. At least people are celebrating, having much fun, and today is definitely that day. And yeah, I hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are very well, in good health, and everything is all fine. And again, I hate to be the police here, but just to remind each and every one of us to make sure that we follow all the SOPs. If you're expecting people to come over to your house, make sure they come in proper, make sure that everybody's all at least double vaccinated, and make sure you guys do abide by the SOPs that has been given out by the government, in making sure that you take care of yourselves, in regards of your health. Okay, physical distancing is still in effect, and yeah, don't fill that house too with too many people. You don't want it to get over cramped, and you don't want it to be overcrowded. Yeah, that's not really what we want. So yeah, party hard. Celebrate as much as you can, but still, be in the proper best way that you possibly can. And also for you guys yang mana ada di kampung halaman, the guys who are actually made it their way back home to your kampung, to your hometown. Hope you guys are having fun as well over there, regardless of whatever it is that you are. Okay, I'm alone today. Whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, I have no idea. But yeah, I'll be delivering, or I'll be sharing with you what are the hottest issues that's happening currently around Malaysia specifically, and whatever it is that we want to discuss on this show today. So buckle up, sit down. I'll be together with you for about 20 to 25 minutes just to share with you what that is, or whatever it is that's hot, yang panas yang ingin kita bincangkan for today. All right, so let's just jump into the first topic that we want to share with you guys. This is something that has been discussed online, or should I say, at the parliament recently, in which that Dr. Sri Azalina has actually mentioned that currently, right now, and this may be a surprise for you, or this may not be a surprise, in whatever ways that you look at it. And it has been mentioned that only 5 officers in the Department of the Women, Family, and Community Development, has said that only 5 officers in that department, compared to the population of 9.24 million children in the country, which means that there's about 2 million kids, falls upon to one officer in regards of in charge and making sure that the children's welfare is being being taken care of. Now, it's actually a very ridiculous number when you look at it. Hence why there's actually a motion right now by her to actually come up with a children's unit under the social welfare department, leading to a restructuring. And the government is looking to establish a children's department under her ministry. And this Gabon MP said that um, we need to establish a ministry of children as the ongoing pandemic 19 has exposed and amplified the weaknesses of Malaysia's system, to adequately protect the children. Now, it is, I mean, like when you look at it, it is actually quite ridiculous, to be honest with you, in what the ministry is actually doing right now. How can one officer be in charge of around 2 million children that are in existence here in Malaysia currently? How can one guy, how can one person, how can one lady, man or woman, regardless of whoever it is that they are, making sure that all 2 million kids out there are being taken care of properly, taking care of them, making sure that their welfare is taken care of, making sure that their health conditions is taken care of, is looked into, and it is quite of a concern right now. And as of the 27th of September, the Women's Center for Change program, Caroline, has pointed out that now one welfare worker is, like looking at the ratio, tengok pada nisbah in regards of one welfare worker to people in Malaysia. Not even the children. We're talking about people, welfare, people who are needs to be looked into, needs to be taken care of. One welfare worker is in charge of every 8,756. That is a huge number, double, actually, almost triple of what it is that's happening in Singapore and in the UK. Singapore, it is reported that one welfare officer is in charge for every 3,448 people, and in the UK it is 1 to 3,025. Now, yes, we are proud. When we were announced that it was announced that Malaysia is being taken into one of the panel of the human rights department of the UN, and that's all good and great and whatnot. But it is also well damning in thinking that we don't have the manpower. Kita kekurangan orang untuk kita nak menjaga kesejahteraan dan juga kebajikan orang-orang di Malaysia, and it doesn't really make sense. Like, again, how can you actually put one person to be in charge of a lot of people, let alone for one guy is in charge of almost 2 million kids around there? And what has been announced and what has been promoted and what will need to be done is that a lot of effort needs to be put into this matter even more, and to extend that, on August 22nd, it is reported that Segambut MP Hana Yeo has called for Prime Minister Dato Sri Ismail Sabri to create new ministry specifically to look after the needs of children in the country as soon as possible. All right. So yeah, this is what is being discussed on in Parliament. This has been discussed, to the goodness of Malaysia specifically, and looking at into the future of our nation, Malaysia, in moving forward. And there's no two ways about it. It is something that we need to look into very, very well, very, very deeply, in making sure that the welfare, kebajikan anak-anak kita haruslah dijaga dengan sebaik mungkin. Yes, granted, there are a lot of people out there. Yes, like kebajikan anak-anak dijaga oleh ibu bapa, but we need to realize that in a world in the world right now, however it is that it is being put out, there's no two ways about it. There's no denying the fact that there are some children out there who needs more care, who needs more attention from the government because of the situation that they're in. Okay, contohnya mereka berada di dalam kawasan ataupun di area yang mungkin tidak kondusif untuk mereka hidup dengan terbaiknya. Maybe they don't have parents, anak yatim piatu contohnya, ataupun mereka yang mungkin tak dapat pelajaran dengan sebaiknya, mereka who are, don't have access to technologies to be able to actually learn right now, due to the fact that we're living in a world where PDPR ataupun pembelajaran dari rumah is very very important. Tak dapat pergi ke sekolah. Granted, right now schools are being reopened right now. So kita kena tengok kebajikan mereka. We have to look into how how important it is that we need to take care of their welfare being. And it's no joke about it. We need to make sure that the government, put on as much effort as possible into, you know, taking care of this matter as soon as possible. Because again, the longer that you put it on hold, the longer that you put it at the side, then it's gonna be reflecting back to how the nation will grow moving forward. Sebab kalau kita tak jaga anak-anak kita dari sekarang when they are children, and you can imagine what's gonna happen in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years of the impact of what they have experienced before. And that would shape them into the adults that they will be moving forward. So if you want to have responsible adults, if you want to have successful adults to manage the country, untuk menjaga kesejahteraan negara kita by moving forward, we need to make sure that they get all the things that they need to get when they are young, while we are able to shape them, while we're able to actually put them in the correct path, and rather than pulling them into an alternative which we don't want. So it is very very important, sangat-sangat penting sebenarnya, for us to look into this very very quickly. And we just hope that I believe I speak on behalf of every Malaysians out there, apa yang diperkatakan di parlimen, whatever it is that has been discussed in the parliament, doesn't just stay there and nothing comes out of it. Action needs to be taken. Segala langkah dan juga inisiatif haruslah dilakukan dengan sebaiknya, dengan secepat mungkin, because this is something that we cannot neglect anymore. The ratio is just so ridiculous. 1 to almost 2,000 kids out there. We need to bring this down significantly. A lot. Banyak kita kena turunkan. Imagine kalau you ada bos, seorang bos untuk jaga 2 juta pekerja je. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be mayhem. A lot of people are gonna be left behind because, again, like it or not, we are human beings at the end of the day. We are not able to actually give our fullest 100% attention to each and everyone out there. So we need to lower down the ratio. We need to bring down the numbers as much as we can for us to be able to take care of the future of Malaysia. So that's very, very important. Itu sangat-sangat penting for us to do that. So make sure, guys, in the parliament, whoever it is that you are, orang ministry ke, opposition kalau nak pumpang ke. One thing about opposition, this is what I have to say. Whoever the opposition are, siapa yang suka membawa topik ini naik ke atas, yes, you have valid reasons, you have valid topics. But please work on it. Work together with the people in charge for you to move forward. Don't just simply go up and voice out, saya tak suka benda ni, kerajaan kena buat. And then you go and sit down and do this and do nothing, expecting people to actually move forward. Help them. Apparently, they don't know how to do their job very well. So help them along. Don't be selfish, because again, this is for the betterment for the nation. So help them along, move it down the line, and make sure they are able to actually do their job the best that they can. Because again, we need to work hand in hand. Kita kena kerja berganding bahu, orang kata, moving forward, because it's impossible for one to actually be able to do this all by themselves. Help out the fella, okay? Tolong bantu sesama sendiri for the betterment of Malaysia, because again, we need all the help that we can get moving forward. And this is for all children anyway. This is for our future. This is for the sake of Malaysia. So tak payah nak menuding jari, tak payah nak point out, tak payah nak highlight, okay, dia ni buat salah, dia ni buat salah, dia ni buat. It doesn't work if you just do that. If you want to point out dia ni buat salah, come up with solutions. Come up with ways to help the guy. Okay? Tak payah nak hidup dalam silo, tak payah nak kerja sendiri-sendiri, tak payah nak duduk sorang-sorang, because that's how it should be done by us working together hand in hand. This is for Malaysia, folks. This is not just for you and me. This is for everyone's sake. Okay? Very, very important. Tolong, boleh? Boleh kita bekerjasama kan? Kita dah boleh. Kita dah besar, kita dah pandai. Belajar tinggi-tinggi. Okay? So we need to do whatever it is that we can in our power in order for a better Malaysia. Untuk menjadi Malaysia yang lebih hebat, yang lebih power. Putting it that way. Alright? So, end of the first segment, talking about Malaysia, talking about how great Malaysia is and how great it was and how great it will be moving forward. Yes, that's right. We are slowly moving forward, coming out from this belenggu, or should I say, the predicament that we are in regards of COVID-19. Yes, it has hit us ever since March 2020, officially, because granted it has actually started back in 2019 December, but we are slowly coming out of it. Businesses are running, we are able to move out, kita dah berjaya untuk nak keluar rumah sekarang, we're able to run our business as much as we can right now. Offices can operate at 100% capacity, granted, kalau you are fully vaccinated, and we are, going there in regards of getting everyone else vaccinated. All right, so yeah, anti-vaccine kita nak cerita tempat lain. But yeah, that's the way that we're moving in right now. That's the way that we are approaching right now. That Malaysia is definitely moving forward. And what we want is that to change, to convert, or to transform, rather than being in the pandemic phase, we want to turn into the endemic phase. And that's what we want to be talking about here. We want to change, or we want to move forward in changing that status of being in the pandemic stage into the endemic phase. But yeah, there's a lot of things that needs to be done first before we can actually have an endemic phase of COVID-19. Okay, there's a lot of things that we need to be aware of, because as what was actually declared of what has been reported, Malaysia needs to have less than 1,200 cases a day and fewer than 10 deaths a day for 7 consecutive days if you want to declare that it is that we are in the endemic phase of COVID-19. Right now, as it was reported, I believe it was yesterday, that we are recording big numbers, 4,000, 5,000 cases, and it was even reported the other day that we had about 50 plus deaths a day. So based on the MOH slide that was presented during this session, indicators that has been used to determine the transitioning into the endemic phase at either the nation or the state level are, okay, bear with me, there's a few here. 1.5 severe cases of category 3, 4, and 5 per 100,000 population. That's one. 5% hospital admissions in categories 3, 4, and 5. 10 or fewer daily COVID 19 deaths. Less than 30% bed occupancy rate for non critical. Less than 20% in intensive care unit cases bed occupancy rate. 2,000 deferred surgeries per 100,000 annual hospital admissions. More than 80% of total population vaccinated. More than 80% of adult population vaccinated. Average 1,200 daily cases day of COVID-19. Average 3% influenza-like illness and consultations of total outpatient cases. RT of 1.0 or lower. More than 4 individuals tested with RTK per 1,000 population every week, and below 5% positive. Great. Now, those are actually huge. I mean, it was a long list. I mean, like, yeah, banyak sangat data yang baru saya kongsikan dengan anda. A lot of things that I actually shared with you. But these are the checkpoints, should I say, for us to actually hit before we can declare that we are in an endemic phase. Okay, masih jauh lagi perjalanan tu sebenarnya, because again, for us to actually I mean, I remember only about 2 months ago that we were hitting high numbers, 10,000, 15,000, almost 20,000 cases at one point. A lot of things that has been happening before we managed to shrink it down to an average of between 4 to 6,000 cases, but still those are still a lot of numbers. We need to bring it down even lower than that. And how are we able to do that? By following the SOPs. Every day on this show together with Melvin and myself, tak kering gusi sebenarnya, tak we've always said to our viewers, to you guys actually, to make sure that we follow all the SOPs that's happening out there, to make sure that we curb the COVID-19 graph, we dampen the COVID-19 graph as much as we can, because we want to enter that stage. And after we've heard a lot of stories coming out from our neighboring countries, specifically Singapore, of how the numbers have risen quite substantially recently, it's no joke that COVID-19 is still out there, and we need to do our part in making sure that we push it down as much as we can, because this is what we want, for it to go down even lower and for us to control it as much as we can. And how we can do that? Simple. Okay, sangat-sangat senang. First of all, get yourself vaccinated. Vaccinated is real, guys. Saja nak cakap sikit dekat mic. Vaccinated is real, so make sure you guys get yourself vaccinated, and make sure you guys follow the SOPs. We still have to wear our mask whenever we're outside. You don't want to get compounded, not just compounded again lah. One thing yang I penat, yang I stressnya, People are wearing masks because they're afraid to get compounded. They orang afraid dia orang kena saman, kena bayar 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. RM2,000 is nothing in comparison to your life, okay? If your life is being put to a stop, RM2,000 doesn't cut it, okay? Please do not be afraid of the summon. Be afraid of the virus, okay? Because that's what's important right now. That's what's scary. That's the scary thing right now. Itu adalah benda yang sangat-sangat menakutkan. Lebih menakutkan lagi daripada you kena bawa masuk court, you kena saman. Okay? Please be scared of the virus because it is still out there and it is real. There's no joke. Orang kata, oh ini semua propaganda lah. Ini semua sengaja lah kerajaan nak buat duit extra lah. Nak bagi booster shots. Kawan, COVID-19 is real. Okay? It is real. It is not just happening behind our backyard. It is happening everywhere. Okay, so please follow the SOPs. Pakai pelitup muka. Make sure you sanitize your hands as often as you can, and make sure you ada penjarakan fizikal. Granted, right now we can go dining, we can go to restaurants, we can go hoo-ha with our friends and everyone. But yeah, please still, we are still not there yet. It's still, it's still a serious matter for us to always adhere to and dengar cakap, okay? Because again, it's no joke. Benda ni sangat-sangat serious for us to follow all the time and make sure that we do it as properly as we can. Okay, so yeah, those are the kind of things that we always want to come to you. Those are the kind of things that we always like to share with you guys to ingatkan you guys. Not just I like to remind myself, but also given the opportunity to remind everyone out there as well to make sure for us to be together, you know, hand in hand, bekerja bersama-sama for the greatness of Malaysia. We were great once, no denying the fact. We were great once. We can be great again. We can be awesome again, but we cannot achieve that should we are lansy, should we do not work together and help another in any way that we can. Okay, help the community, guys. Hence why we at Act Now, we are the voice of the community. We want to help out the community because if you help the community, it will then spread out to helping an area to helping the nation ultimately at the end of the day. That's what we are. That's what we want to achieve. That's what we are encouraging at every point, at every chance that we possibly can get. Okay, that's it for now. Short one. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We're definitely going to be back again tomorrow to share with you, to deliver with you on all the things that we want to share for the country and for ourselves to make sure that we are always well equipped with whatever it is that's happening outside there. All right. Okay. Stay cool, Malaysia. Stay awesome. And once again, happy Deepavali. Happy Festival of Lights. May you be prosperous. May you have all the greatness and all the joys and all the happiness in all of the things that you do. Yordan here, signing out. Hope you guys have a great day and selamat enjoy. Selamat berpesta, maybe. All right. Be happy, folks. Take care now. Goodbye.